Hey plebs, welcome to the respawn point. Always carry a parachute with you, noob. So we're here to help you get back into the game, or week. So Elias, how's your Monday been? Oh, did you? Right, okay. Nice. So solo. How'd you do? Wow, that's pretty decent. Right. Right. Um, well, I was up until it was like probably like 1:45 with you playing PUBG, and then I went to bed and I got up around 7:30. No, 7. And then I had to go to work, and I worked today, and then got off work around 4, and I played some basketball, and then I got ready for the show. So that's about it. So, Elias, what's different about this episode than past episodes? Right, right, exactly. And we're not together, we're not in the same room this time. Right. So it's a first. It's a little different, but we're gonna make it happen. So we kind of touched on it, but what have you been playing the past week? Yeah. What's the latest on ARK? 'Cause obviously you mentioned it, but yeah. Right. Right. So they kind of like betrayed you. Right. Right. Mm. Right. Mm. That kind of stinks. Only PUBG. Um, still on the PUBG high.
Yeah, nice.
Um, we played. I think last night was probably the best, like the best like row of games that I've had so far.
Really?
Um, yeah, because well, we kind of did some. We went back and forth between doing more low populated areas and trying to get to the final, rounds, and then we kind of went to more populated places. So like we went to like the prison a couple times.
Yep.
And I've been doing a lot better in those situations than I have. Like I'll get a kill at least instead of just dying right away. So I'm getting a little bit better. And then I'm still irritated about that. Not irritated. I'm just like upset about that. One of the last games we played where I got that crate gun. I got the
Oh, the
M24
M24. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we
within
did
eight
good. We did do
times.
good that game.
Yeah, we did. And like I like got one kill with the crate gun, and then there was this a UAZ and there's two people, and I knocked one of the people out of it, so I got that kill. And then he like took off, but then he came back. So like I was like, okay, let me hide behind this tree so like he can't run me over. Well, he ran me over anyways.
Nice.
So I was a little like I had like a feeling that I could have gotten like pretty far, especially with the crate gun. Um, but overall I've been doing better, so that's pretty good. Um, I meant to play some Overwatch because I wanted to play the new Diva because when I play, she's usually who I go to, and she's had all those changes finally went live, but I wasn't able to get to it within the week.
I have been looking to play a little bit more Overwatch, but I've just been so busy
Yeah,
with PUBG. It's
yeah, just like well, it's funny because I was talking to Jake today, and because he was playing with us last night, and I was telling him I'm like yeah, like once after like playing for a few hours, I'm like yeah, maybe I should just take a break for like a few days, and then like the next day I'm like, no, I want to play more. So it has like that drawback.
yeah, yeah, definitely. Hmm.
So, but maybe some Overwatch in between will help break it up.
Yeah, yeah, that could be a good idea. Play like a
So,
fun game. Something I have actually played this week. Uh, I played 2 games of League of Legends,
did you
which is
really?
pretty much unheard of for me. Like I gave that up
Wow.
years ago. But
Yeah, seriously.
yeah, I played an ARAM with Cooper and Ethan, and um then I played in a 5-man game on Summoner's Rift.
Nice.
Who did
Who'd you play?
who did I play? First game in ARAM, I got Anivia, and that was pretty fun because I'd never played her before.
Oh
Um,
my goodness.
yeah, I know, right? And I sort of liked her. It was definitely fun. I like throwing up
hmm
that wall. And then who did I play in the second one? I have no idea. I think I went jungle though.
Okay.
Effective. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I went jungle, but I completely forget who I was. Oh, well,
Okay.
somebody will have to tell us.
Yeah. That's awesome though. I'm well they just announced all the well most of the changes coming in preseason because this year is like really different because they're merging runes and your masteries together.
Oh, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, and they're like I briefly went through the list and like some of them are pretty crazy. Like I don't know, like I'd have to see them in action, but like one was I think every like auto attack you gain a stack that increases your attack damage indefinitely, but it goes away. But like, say you keep hitting someone, I think you have like 4 seconds. If you keep hitting someone, your attack damage will keep going up indefinitely.
Okay, that's
So I could
nice.
see, I could see for like the jungle that being really good.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so
I mean,
because then
imagine that against like Baron or
or dragon,
Dragon. Yeah.
yeah. So any AD champ. But
Yeah,
it was
that's
certain stuff like that. Like or there's one that I think after auto attacking, it raised your attack speed, and I think it said it would briefly break the attack speed cap for a short period of time,
okay. Wow.
which is pretty nuts.
Yeah.
But certain stuff like that, it's just like it's a lot different. So we'll see. Not that I play League too much anymore, but I think League's like I still root for League. Like I still want to be like a really popular game, even though I don't play as much anymore.
Mm.
But yeah, we'll see. Big changes.
Yeah. Um. Hmm. Okay. So do you
That
want to get into news? I mean, if that's pretty
yeah,
much.
let's go on the news. What do we have? Well, we have a quick thing. So we'll do a quick thing on PUBG maybe, and then go to ARK, and then we're gonna go over the AMA with Player Unknown, and he gave a lot of, I would say like it was pretty interesting all the
Yeah.
stuff they talked
A
about.
lot of potential spoilers. Like a lot of
Yeah,
promises were made. I would say.
yeah, exactly. So okay, I'll hit up the PUBG news real quick, and then you can move into ARK.
Okay.
Um, so PUBG, I noticed this past Saturday, which was the 23rd, around 10 a.m. our time. So we're on the East Coast, so it's depending where you are, that's different. It hit 1.53 million players peak, which again it broke the cap or the max.
Yeah. Yeah. It's beating itself continuously.
Yeah, I think, and then so September's almost over. For August, the peak was like around 800,000. I think it was a little bit more. So it almost doubled again.
Wow.
in 1 month.
Wow.
So like I'm like interested. Like, is there gonna like is it gonna plateau at all? Like, is next month just gonna double again? I don't know.
Is it available? I don't even know this. I'm so stupid. Is it available on console?
No, it's just
This is
PC.
all PC
This
players.
is all PC.
Holy cow. This is everybody. This is all your CS:GO players. This is all
Yeah,
Dota, League. Everybody's playing this. ARK,
that's a
like a
lot.
bunch of people, like even in our like ARK server, people who are very dedicated to ARK, like they're putting in 40-hour weeks on ARK for sure. They play PUBG in their spare time, in their quote unquote spare time.
Yeah. So it's pretty. It's. I'm interested to see what next month brings. I
Yeah.
bet. I bet you it won't be. I don't know. I mean, I could be completely wrong. I would say it won't be as high of a percentage. It'll still go up. I think it'll. I think it'll go over 2 million next month. But
Within a month. Yeah.
yeah. But I think the big thing is gonna be when the new desert map comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever that is, I think there's gonna be another big spike in players.
For sure.
And then obviously when it officially launches, we won't have those numbers on Steam, but obviously it'll be coming to console. So the overall numbers will be big all around.
Yeah. Yep.
So, but they're raking in the dough.
Oh yeah. 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 I'm
So
excited.
yeah. But all right, let's go into ARC first though.
All right.
Um we
So
got, the ARC digest and everything. So why don't you dig into that?
okay, so quickly before the we get into the Arc Digest, we did have the a new current version released, version 270,
Okay.
which we had already talked about some of these things as incoming and having been promised, but now we have a bunch of new tech pieces of armor or weapons. Tech sword, which its charge attack, which has a charge attack and damages metal and significantly pierces armor when powered by element, and that's something that's intrinsic in all of these things, is they have to be powered by element, which is
Is
it
that
seem
new?
it's element or
Like charges.
well, so typically you need element to run most of the machinery you can get with tech structures. Like
Okay.
once you beat the bosses and you get your tech replicator and your tech transmitter, those all need element to run, and tech generator, all that stuff.
Hmm.
But armor and stuff, that's a new concept, having them being powered by element. And
Okay.
while I think that that's a little expensive, especially, I mean, you're an alpha tribe. You're definitely like the megaist of mega tribes if you have this stuff and you're using element to power your armor and stuff. But for the new aberration map, this is a bit of a spoiler for the Arc Digest. We're going to be able to farm element from the environment. You're not going to have to be bosses to get it. And you're going to
Okay.
potentially be able to get it just from killing even low level, or not necessarily low level monsters, but not the bosses.
Right. Okay. So it's
Some
more of like a kind of random drop, maybe.
Yeah, it's going to be a little more, definitely a little more common for people. So yeah, Tech Sword has a charge attack and damages metal and pierces armor. Which is pretty interesting. I would guess that it's not going to do a lot of damage to metal, or at least I would hope.
Right.
But who knows? We'll see. Because even like metal tools only do one damage to like metal or to stone walls or whatever, like
Okay.
3 damage. Um, then okay, so we got new armor, tech shield, which I was a little confused when I read this, but I think I understand it now. Reflects incoming projectiles or bullets when powered by element. And people have been able to use the metal shields for a long time to deflect bullets
Okay.
from turrets. Um, but I think what this is saying that is when your tech shield is powered by element, it's gonna shoot them back. Like
Oh, so it's like a redirect or like a
yeah,
yeah, I guess that's a reflect, right?
yeah. So that's the thing is before with the metal shield you were able to stop the bullets, like you could block them. But with this one, you might even have an aiming ability with it. Like
Hmm.
you could deflect them
You're
in
like
certain
a
areas.
you're like a Jedi, like
Yeah,
reflecting it with your lightsaber, but obviously the shield.
yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's gonna be a very interesting. I mean, that's gonna be crazy for raiding.
Oh yeah.
Just be able to walk up wherever you want,
Right.
and even kill people on your way or kill people's dinos with their own bullets. Like, man, that would hurt. um,
Right.
Okay, so we're getting a new structure also, Tech Light, which attaches to any surface and can be either independently powered by element shards in its inventory or traditionally powered via generators. So
Hmm.
that's nice.
What does
Um,
it do?
it's just gonna light up your room,
Oh,
but
okay,
now
so
you don't
it's
have to have
okay.
something stand like it says attaches to any surface.
That's kind of
So
cool.
yeah, think of it like recessed lighting or anything. Like you can just put it on anything.
Right.
Um, and actually saying that it attaches to any surface, I wonder if it will be removable. Who know? Like any
Mm,
surface,
right. So
that's
can you
pretty
like light up like
general.
the forest?
You might be able to. You might be able to attach it to trees. Who knows?
Something in like avatar status?
Yeah, I wouldn't think it'll be attachable to destructible environments.
Mm,
So like
okay.
rocks or like regular trees, but
Right.
I would think
Okay.
redwood trees it should be able to stick to. I mean
Hmm.
that's a big guess, but um it makes sense for some reason to me. Um so yeah, that looks very interesting. I mean, if
Right.
anything that could be, and it says it could be traditionally powered via generators, and I wonder if it needs a tech generator or a regular generator. That'll be interesting to find out. We got a True Sky memory usage fix, which I don't know what True Sky is. I'm guessing it's the engine they use to for sky quality, and that is one of the sliders that I really wish I could turn up in game because the sky quality is like amazing. Like it makes the
Right,
game
yeah.
look 10 times better.
Yeah.
It's annoying because you can't see people when they're in the sky sometimes, and like a little crazy. So I have it turned down all the time for like just for not just performance but utility.
Right.
But
Well, because it's not that harsh on your system, right?
it's not crazy. But I'd say it's like a 5 to 10, not 10%, 5%
Huh.
difference turning it from all the way off to all the way on, which
Right.
isn't a big deal. But when like on our old base when I was getting 22 frames per second, I was like, yeah, I'll turn that off. Get one more
Yeah.
frame.
Try to ration your FPS.
Yeah, just try to get it above 30. Like if I could get it above 30 in our base, I was like living large.
Yeah, right.
Um, and then we got a issue fixed where clients would sometimes become disconnected after demolishing or destroying structures, which I don't know if I did experience. I've been experiencing a lot of crashes in Ark lately. It's been a little better this week,
Hmm.
but maybe it's related somehow. I don't know. Who knows?
Right. Well, because so your PC is better right now.
What do you mean better?
Like, well, because I know
Its
like
specs are better, but
no, I mean like in PUBG it would crash a lot even in that
yeah,
game.
I don't get any crashes in game now.
Okay.
I the what will happen is the client will close if I'm standing in lobby for long enough.
Okay. Huh.
And I've turned my overclock all the way off, so
Right.
I don't know that's not related to that. I was doing fine in PUBG at 4.4 gigahertz when I turned it down from 4.5.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but Arc was still. I don't think the overclock is what it is. I'm gonna. I don't know. I've thought about returning my 1080 Ti and like I don't know, just saying it's broken. Give me another one or something. Trying
Right.
trying something, but
Well,
well,
because what is it? It's a gigabyte.
yeah, it's a gigabyte one, which I really wanted to try out. I liked the how massive the cooler was. The little copper
Mm-hmm.
backplate looked cool. I was thinking about going with the copper build for my next theme, but I don't know.
Hmm. Yeah, it's kind of
I
odd.
I I'm not in love with their overclocking utility either. It's I'm
All right.
I just have to
Like,
use MSI Afterburner because it doesn't look good. It's not all that functional. It's just hard to work with.
yeah. Okay. Well. Okay. Yeah. I was just curious on how it was faring with the Ark and PUBG and everything.
Yeah, I mean I'd say it's definitely better this week. So I
Yeah.
don't
So
know.
with the fixed issues for Ark, has it been better?
Yeah, I would say I've definitely crashed less, and them talking about a memory usage fix for True Sky, which who knows? I have that slider turned all the way down, but maybe it was still affecting me. Because one thing I noticed is if I have like low or no tabs open, way less likely to crash. If I have like 20 tabs open, it really hates it. I can't
Right.
I can't watch like or I can I just the way that I like to watch YouTube is I queue up all the videos and then just go through them. Like just use the tabs as a checklist or whatever.
Right.
But it doesn't like that.
Mm.
So
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I was gonna. You want to get into the Arc Digest then?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So we had also received a Mysterious Mysteries and Arc Digest number 50 in our community update this past week. And the newest Mysterious Mystery, which I think I linked to you, right? So you can take a look at that.
Yeah, yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Okay. I don't know what the heck this thing is.
It looks
Looks a
um
little scary.
yeah. I don't even know. Like I can't even think of something it looks like.
Yeah, I
Because I
don't know.
mean,
It looks like so this does have wings to a degree. So it looks like a
okay,
glider of some sort or a flyer, but there aren't going to be any flyers. So it's not going to be able to self-propel itself. It's just going to be able to go from high to low.
okay,
Um,
okay, I gotcha.
but yeah, it looks like almost like a pteranodon with what's that thing from Stranger Things?
Like just like the
The main monster. It looks like it's a pteranodon with
oh,
that thing's
oh like
face.
the Demigorgon.
Yeah, with a demigorgon face.
It does, yeah, it does with the tentacles.
Yeah, so
Yeah, you
we'll
know,
see.
I see it now. It's like yeah, it's got that face. It has like a spiked back with like claws,
But
and
the spikes almost look like feathers too, though, don't they?
you're right, they do.
So it'll be very interesting to see what this thing can do. And
And
how
you know what,
big it will
the
be.
more I look at it, like the more I can see what it looks like inside these like fragments.
Yeah, yeah. It looks like what this is now that I'm looking at it more, this is the third one we've looked at. Is this is a torn up dossier. So
Okay.
in ARK you find dossiers every time you well it used to be when you encountered the animals. Now you get them from explorer notes and like little chests around the island that the previous survivors left. And there's a
Okay.
whole storyline with who people are and whatnot.
Oh, that's kind of cool. So
Yeah,
like people were there before you and got wrecked.
yeah, they got wrecked, or they pretty much what's being said is they survived to the next arc and the next arc and the next arc. And so you're able to find their dossiers on different dinosaurs. So this looks like a torn up dossier you find in Aberration, and
Huh.
maybe that's a clue to the fact that we're going to find not whole dossiers but pieces of them.
Okay.
I don't
That's
know.
kind of cool.
Yeah, I don't know what the purpose of that would be, but yeah, pretty
Right.
cool.
And just for our listeners who can't see this picture, I would say
Uh,
to
I
sum
did.
it up,
Oh, I did. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead. I
I
did
was
put
gonna
it
say
up on the
this.
stream, but yeah, for the people listening to the
Yeah,
podcast. Yep.
for people listening, I would sum it up by saying it looks almost kind of just like a pterodactyl slash flying creature mixed with the Demigorgon from Stranger Things.
No,
Yeah, so it looks pretty cool.
definitely. I like the look of it.
So this is for aberration.
Yeah, this will be an aberration creature.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
Cool.
yeah.
I'm liking the theme actually.
Yeah, I'm excited to go to this map. It is an interesting thought if tech's just going to become commonplace now. If you could go like I know when Scorched Earth released, it became a lot easier for low level tribes to get silica pearls on like cuz let's say you lived on a normal island server, you could
Mhm.
go either the areas where silica pearls were easily found were already taken, or it'd be a little dangerous for you to go up there, because maybe your alpha wasn't that friendly.
Right.
And diving was a little too hard. It wasn't too hard. You just didn't know to tame which fish to tame and how to survive underwater.
Right.
But you could hop over to Scorched Earth, go to Green, find a deserted Scorched Earth, go to Green Obelisk, and you could have like 300 silica pearls in like a couple minutes, and
Oh.
then go home and make a auto turret in
Nice.
in like within half an hour, for your first time.
Hmm.
So I think maybe we're gonna get a similar effect with Aberration in that, like, yeah, maybe you're just starting out, maybe you just bought the game, and you still haven't, because of all the craziness on official servers right now, you still haven't beaten any bosses or anything on official.
Right. So
You
it's a
could,
little like easier on the newcomers.
yeah, you could go over and jump and grab some element. I don't know. We're gonna get into that with the Arc Digest, but it will be farmable. Maybe there'll be a quick way to get it.
Okay.
All right, so some highlights from the ARC Digest 50. There were some other questions, but these are the most notable things that I found. Um, there will be another Ascension boss coming with Aberration. So currently on the island, you have your three bosses that you can fight um, at the different obelisks, or I think you can even fight them at drops at loot beacons.
Mm.
Um, but there's an Ascension boss at the end of the tech cave, which is in where the volcano was. Um, but with Aberration, we're going to get another Ascension boss that will grant an even higher Ascension level and a narrative advancing ending. So we're
Hmm.
going to get even more info that will advance the ending towards the next DLC. And right now, the highest Ascension level you can get from beating the Overseer, I believe is his name, on ARK is 115. So level cap is 100 right now.
Okay.
If you beat the boss 3 times, I think because I think it unlocks to 105 for the first version. Because I think there's levels of it. I don't even know. Obviously, I haven't beaten him.
Right.
um, so essentially, by beating him enough times, you can get up to 115, level 115, and with this
Right.
boss,
Okay.
you'll be able to even get higher.
Oh well, that's
Um,
pretty like advantageous
yeah,
compared to like just against other players if you have that many levels on someone else.
yeah, especially towards the end, for a number of reasons, because you get even more Engro points
Engrams.
as you go
Yep.
on, so you're able to learn even more stuff as a single character. You know,
Right. Right.
so you can be more. Your tribe can just do more. You know.
Yeah. So and then there's like a narrative to it or a narrative ending.
Yeah, by beating the Ascension boss on the island, you learn more about why you're there
Hmm.
and who put you there and all this stuff.
That's
Um,
cool. I think like I don't know. I think story to any type of game um is just good. Like just having some type of background. I mean, it's like say like League of Legends. Like you don't play the game for the story, but just having the story and knowing there's a purpose like adds to the reason why you're playing.
oh, it completely adds to the reason you play certain characters and
Yeah.
whatnot. You know, maybe you
Yeah.
really
Definitely.
align with a Freljord or wherever the Yordles come from, and you just
Hmm.
like that storyline, so that's who you play. You know.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, so it's a good thing. It did take them quite a while to do that, but now that we're in full release, it's there. It's solid. I think that's what we're really waiting for is to lock up the story. Um,
Nice.
yeah. So also we got confirmation that there will be no transferring flyers to Aberration servers. You're not going to be able to bring wyverns, argents, pteranodons, anything.
Nice.
So it'll keep it a level playing field, which is actually pretty nice because wyverns are OP. So
Right. So will there be wyverns in the DLC map or
on Aberration or the next one, are you saying? Or
on Aberration?
no, there will be no
Yeah.
flyers.
Okay. Yeah. So that makes sense.
Yeah, they're trying to encourage different ways of getting around, and there's even going to be more. Something they did mention that I didn't bring out here is there's going to be stuff like ice climbing picks or stuff like that, like rock climbing gear that
Okay. Yeah.
they're that you will be able to bring back to the island or the center of Ragnarok, and they're trying to have it be useful in not in other places than just Aberration.
Hmm. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so that'll be very interesting. I mean, there's stuff like that that happened, especially with Scorched Earth, um, like flame arrows. That's probably one of the most useful things I can think of. Flame arrows and
Hmm.
the chainsaw. Being able to bring the chainsaw back to the island was insane. Um, but yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what we get, what we can bring, what we can bring back. Um, Definitely. And that sort of leads into the next point is element will be farmable on aberration. What they alluded to is that it'll be in radiation zones. Um, so I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if you'll be able to live through a trip if you were to raise your fortitude enough. Like, let's say you went full fortitude on a character.
Hmm.
Um, it may just be easier to wear a suit. They said there will be a radiation suit or environment suit that you will be pretty intrinsic to Arc or to Aberration, I believe.
Hmm.
Um, because where you'll be able to farm the element will be irradiated and will decrease the health of your
Right. So
character.
you kind of need a suit.
I would think so. I mean, to me, I'm willing to die a bunch. Like, just don't bring anything on you. Bring up one pick,
Just to test it out.
just to test it out. See if you can make one run. One run,
Yeah.
and maybe you get like 20 element. Hey, I'll die 20 times to stock up on element. No problem.
Yeah.
Um, so that'll be pretty interesting. They're developing a cliff platform similar to the tree platform, but instead of like the tree platform only works on the redwood trees, and there's set placement heights. There's usually two per tree. You can go for the low one or the top one. That way you can have like a floor and a ceiling and just build the walls up
Okay.
between them. The cliff platform will be placeable anywhere on the vertical surface. Um, so that'll allow you to have a little bit more design. And I can see so many places just on the island where this would be useful.
Create like
Um,
a Ewok village.
yeah, for an Ewok village or for just being maybe you really like somewhere but you need more room. It's too tight and you want to
Hmm.
extend it. Extend it now. Don't put your most valuable stuff there, but maybe just keep it as a place to keep your egg dinos or whatever. You know.
Right.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
that seems like a really cool engram that you would just go over there and learn and come back. Um,
Right.
unless there, I don't foresee any specific things that you like. What am I saying? Any specific materials, any mats that you would need from Aberration to make it. I don't think it'd probably just be metal, polymer, cement, and paste.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Um, and then
Then-
the last big. Oh, sorry, what were you gonna
No,
say?
no, no. Yeah. I'll say there's that last point.
Yeah, the last point: intense earthquake zones where building structures will receive damage on Aberration. So you're definitely going to be able to build permanent structures on Aberration, but not everywhere.
Right. So
Um,
that seems pretty crazy. Like, so you gotta be careful like where you build your house because it could be an earthquake and it could be destroyed.
yeah, yeah. They said something like you wouldn't want to build permanent bases there. So I don't know how frequent
Hmm.
this is going to be. Like maybe
Well,
go ahead,
because
sorry.
if you have like a metal base, like how I wonder how much damage it does. Because if they're saying you shouldn't build permanent bases, like obviously it does something to structures even like that.
Yeah, even a metal base, yeah, it's going to damage. I don't know if it would take it out in the first earthquake.
Right.
Like maybe it would just do half damage to it. But I would think it's going to have to be pretty severe to warrant that sort of warning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
So anything like wood or stone, like that's just gonna see ya on the first on the first earthquake. In those zones, they said intense earthquake zones. So part of me thinks like you're still gonna have earthquakes on the rest of the map. It's just not
Right.
intense. Like it's not gonna damage metal, I would think. But maybe stone structures still take damage everywhere else. Who knows?
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty interesting.
Huh. Nice. All right. And when does Aberration come out again?
Let me look.
I think okay. It's like November maybe?
I think October actually.
Oh, okay. So it's really soon.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I have not paid attention to it at all because
No, it's okay.
I wasn't
Um
not concerned.
so but just for our listeners as well, we're gonna try to be keeping because we're gonna do the show weekly, we're gonna try to keep the show roughly to an hour, obviously depending on how much news there is, maybe go over. Um and then I know for next week we're gonna do an episode about Battlefront because the beta will be coming out that week. So we're gonna kind of go over our game plan for playing the beta together because we'll all be over the studio at Elias's. So we'll be playing there, and then there's gonna be a ton of news that's actually supposed to drop this week. It wasn't today. I would assume tomorrow. So we'll be able to go over all of that and the beta and let you guys know what we have in store.
Okay, so you're talking about next week.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah. So all I was able to find is that it's set for release in October. I don't know if they've announced a
official.
specific date for it.
Probably because they don't know.
Yeah, but what's very interesting is like it releasing in October, and we're seeing themes from Stranger Things. There was
Ah,
even a
Well, it's Halloween as well. Like the
Yeah,
whole month of October is kind of
yeah,
that theme.
and Stranger Things is getting. I think they're releasing October 31st. They're releasing right on Halloween.
I think it's. I heard the 27th. I think they changed it.
Oh, really? Oh, they set
I
the
think. I
release
think
sooner.
so. Yeah,
Harambe 234555 said hi in the chat. Hey Harambe, how's it going?
dude, Harambe. Dude,
Miss you.
I have a Harambe shirt that says Harambe Daycare, and there's a little child playing with blocks.
A little child. That's so bad.
It's like
Literally.
my favorite shirt.
He said, "How dare the NFL not support our flag?" Okay, so now it seems like he's going a little trollier than just Harambe.
Talking about the NFL,
Yeah, like the whole protest thing that's going on right now.
right?
Yeah, we're not really a political show here, though. Just
No,
a
we talk
video
about
game.
games.
Yeah, if you want to talk about NFL, what is it? 2K? I don't know. Madden 2K18 coming out or something.
I think it's just Madden 18.
Madden 18. Okay, we can talk about that. Not that we know anything about it. Um, So yeah, I like the idea that it's coming out, in the spooky season, and they're taking a lot of cues from horror movies. There was one other thing I didn't write it down because I was like, I don't know how to,
Yeah.
but there's even going to be a breeding or taming mechanic where, um, vis-a-vis, you've seen the Alien series of movies
Oh yeah.
where someone gets impregnated through like face hugging
Yeah.
and chest bursting.
Oh, so that's like in the game you're saying?
Yeah, and actually that mysterious mystery character that we saw might be the one that does it.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know if that's gonna
That's kind of
I don't know if
kind
that's
of
gonna
cool.
make a hybrid like it does in the movies. Because it's not like the
Right, so your character gets like impregnated and like another monster comes out of
and you
it.
have to die or it impregnates like a maybe like something else you can tame. I don't know, but that'll be
Right.
pretty interesting
Right.
for sure. Maybe Nick will come
Okay.
back to Ark.
Yeah. Okay, so season 2 of Stranger Things comes out the 27th, which is a Friday, and there's 9 episodes.
9 episodes.
Yep, so there's an extra.
Oh, was there only 8 last time?
Yeah. And there's actually all of the episode titles are like you can read them on I just went to IMDb so you can check out the episode titles. I didn't read them because sometimes there's spoilers, but
Yeah, exactly. I'm not gonna read them. That's like
yeah.
that's one of the most annoying things in Netflix you
Yeah.
when you like you're looking at the episode titles and then it's giving you a synopsis and it's like no
Yeah.
stop.
Plus it autoplays.
Yeah. Yep.
um okay, well let's move on. Keep going. We'll move on to we can go over the AMA for PUBG.
Okay, sweet.
Um So I forget when he did this, but so Brandon Green went over to Reddit. He posted that he was going to do an AMA. So there was a bunch of questions, and he answered a lot of them. Even like some pretty crazy questions you think he would just go over, like he still answered them. So it was pretty interesting stuff.
Mhm.
I don't know, you can get some of your the ones you found the most interesting, but there's a guy on the Reddit who kind of summarized it and put everything by category of definitely happening, may happen, unknown, or not happening. So we can kind of go through that because it kind of condenses it, and we can kind of give you guys the highlights. So the first thing on here is bullet penetration, something that people have been asking for. So that they stated that they're developing bullet penetration through. I mean,
Oh,
obviously there's. Go
through the
ahead.
water. Yeah, I saw
Yeah,
that.
water was a big one because right now water is kind of like you're invulnerable when you go down there.
Well, that's sweet.
So, because I mean, like the bullets don't penetrate at all. So if you go underwater, you can just go down there, and I mean, especially okay. So say like the last zone is near military base and near the bridge. Like lots of times you can just hide out in the water and you're
Yeah.
fine.
Wow. See, I didn't know you were safe down there. I was always still afraid while I was in the water.
Yeah.
But
Well, I mean, if you're above, obviously they can, but if you go
yeah,
down, they can't really. It doesn't penetrate.
that's pretty cool.
So, but they'll be
Yeah,
revealing over the next couple of months.
cool. Actually, the comment you're looking at, Obadub, I'm thinking.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. This is
Credit to
okay.
him.
This is sweet. We could just go through this.
Yeah, it makes it easy for us.
He's mentioning rebalanced audio levels. Hope to push them to live servers soon. I did see the Player Unknown's comment on this. He explained that it's pretty hard. They can't just like lower the plane at the start, the sound of your parachute opening, and the plane
The wind.
overhead. Plane overhead is probably the most annoying one
You think
because
so?
for me it is because when I get into game, when I get into like the lobby, just waiting with 100 characters running around,
Yeah.
I mute. I mute right then,
Oh yeah. Oh
and
definitely.
then wait
Oh,
for
you're saying before you drop.
yeah. Uh,
Oh yeah.
no, no, because I keep that muted. It's not annoying to me.
Oh okay.
The
I
plane,
gotcha.
the plane flying overhead interrupts
I
gameplay.
gotcha.
You know,
Yeah, it
it's like
does.
it's so loud. Like I should be able to hear someone running. Maybe not someone crawling or whatever, creeping.
Yeah.
Slowly.
Yeah.
But I should be able to hear someone running. Like during the bombing, yeah, the bombing should be loud.
Yep.
But this is what people are complaining, and he's saying like we can't just lower them all at once. We need to know what needs to be strong. Like it's a gameplay mechanic. It's not just audio levels. It is a gameplay mechanic, and that's why it's taken
Yeah.
so long for them to get to it.
Yeah. Which is pretty interesting. Obviously I have no idea how development works in this case because you would think like the audio levels would be an easy little slider that for okay plane and turn it down. So if it's not like that, then I really have no idea. Um, but yeah, so it's good because even recently, like I upped my in-game volume so I could hear better,
Hmm.
and now like yeah, I have to control M to mute because it's so loud.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's good that it's coming soon. The next thing, obviously, we talked about last respawn, and we know that the desert themed map is in production, and it's probably coming by the end of the year. I would guess. But someone asked him about more maps potentially, and so he said that they have an Adriatic themed map planned. Obviously, they haven't started working on it because they're still working on the desert one, but it's pretty cool because I mean you can Google Adriatic like I did and find out
Yeah.
that it's like
I just googled it.
it's like islands like well they're like
Okay.
the Adriatic is like an actual area in the world, but
Hmm.
it'll be like a theme. So I think it'll be more like island separated by more water, so it'll be more broken up potentially.
So you would have to choose which island you want to land at and avoid
I
landing in the water, like
Yeah.
pretty
And then
hard.
maybe even like you need a boat. I mean, I would assume there's bridges, but maybe some you would even need a boat to cross. So maybe
Hmm.
potentially creates more interesting gameplay. I was I wasn't disappointed, but I mean, because it sounds really cool, but at the same time, like I was thinking like tundra, like snow map.
Yeah, you were thinking snow map for sure.
Yeah, like you could.
Um,
I mean, uh, obviously it'd be a different game element, but like even like tracking someone's like footprints in the snow would be kind of cool.
yeah. So speaking of, that could be a weather thing for Erangel.
That
Uh,
could,
because they have all the other weather scenarios on it, and
right? They
I
have
think
a.
you're more likely to have snow in Russia than you are in Arizona, so
This is true.
or the Adriatic. So I would think, you
Instead of having like just a snow map, have it be like a part of the weather.
you could do that. I mean, I don't know. I still think yeah, like a snow map would be fun,
Yeah,
but where would it be? I guess it'd be in Canada or something.
yeah. I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
But I think someone did some like fan artwork of a potential like snow map, and it looked pretty cool. Like I don't know, I have a thing for snow. I think it'd be a cool theme. But it's nice to hear that they have another map planned after this one. So obviously the game's doing well, so
Yeah, I mean,
they're gonna be working on stuff.
they still have money rolling in. Like people are still
Oh
buying the
yeah.
game in droves, and I think that's why not? Yeah, sure, we can put a team on making another map. Let's go.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, for sure.
Harambe 23455 is still pretty active in the chat, saying hi.
What is he saying?
He's saying Overwatch is the best game ever, no doubt about it.
Okay.
He hates
Okay.
ARK, and
Okay.
he lost all his dinos after taming them for hours. Which, yep, that happens just about weekly to me. But PUBG is lit. Yeah, pretty much.
Nice.
Pretty
Okay.
much.
Cool.
Yep.
Um.
I've been responding in the chat a little bit,
Okay. Cool.
having some fun.
Um.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But thanks for being active in the chat, Harambe.
Yeah. You're awesome.
Rest in peace. Okay, so
We have. Yeah. No. Go for it.
we got new vehicles, 3 new vehicles in development.
3.
He didn't say which ones, but we did get that tease earlier in the week about the VW bus for the
Yep. Which is awesome.
yeah, for the desert map, or at least that's what it was showcased on. Who
Oh,
knows?
was it?
It looked pretty like a deserty picture.
Because I took it as there's 3 new vehicles for Erangel, or
Oh,
both
okay.
potentially.
Yeah, I guess we'd have to find that specific, um,
I'm on it.
yeah, that specific comment, definitely.
But yeah, no, well, you tagged me on Twitter and you were like road trip,
Yeah,
hashtag road trip.
yeah. Yeah, I was pretty sure that it was a picture with the thing. Yeah, the bus is on the. Well,
No, it looks like Erangel.
you think that's Erangel? No,
Yeah,
I've
because
never seen those buildings. You found the
I
tweet?
mean you might be right. I took it as you might be right. I just thought it was like more dirt.
I'm gonna put it up on the
Okay.
screen. Um,
Harambe, let us know which one it is.
yeah, which one is it? I think that looks like because I've never seen a plywood house in Erangel.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
Um,
Yeah. Well, I hope it's to both maps.
I would say the license plate is interesting. That might give it away a little bit. I'm gonna look up. That's not an Arizona license plate, but maybe they just want it to be different. I'm
That's actually
I'm looking
true.
up Arizona license plate.
But we don't know that the desert map is themed for Mexico. I mean, Mexico, Arizona.
See, I thought that was teased. Okay, let me look up Mexican license plate.
Maybe it was. But yeah, I don't remember reading anything about it being in a certain place or not.
Okay, yeah, it's not a Mexican license plate either. Doesn't look like it.
No, yeah.
But I could also see them not wanting to copy exactly that license.
Right.
Maybe there's copyright issues or something. Um,
Yeah, I mean, all he says is that we're currently working on 3 new vehicles internally, and
mm,
that when he posted the picture on Twitter, he said, "I mentioned we're working on 3 new vehicles in the AMA, and today I'm excited to reveal the first of these."
oh,
So
okay,
he
okay.
doesn't nowhere does he imply that this is only for one map or the other or both or whichever.
Yeah, okay. So in the comment for Obadub, it says 3 new vehicles are in development. They'll be introduced with the new map. Doesn't mean they wouldn't come over to the other maps.
Okay, that's true. How does he
So
know that though?
yeah, well, I'm guessing we have to find that comment in the AMA.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Well, I think I found it, and maybe there's another one after, but he says only yes. We are currently working on 3 new vehicles internally. Oh, okay. Um, okay. Someone asked. Erangel is very obviously Russia, but I've seen hints that the new map is Nevada-ish. It
Mhm.
would be a lot of work, but is there any interest in themed vehicle slash item spawns for the new map, or will we still be looking at Dacias and UAZ trucks? And he says we have new vehicles planned for the new map. That's what they are. You'll just have to wait and see.
Okay.
So it could potentially just be for the new map. Like if it is like Arizona, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I get like we already have motorcycles on Erangel, so
Yeah.
maybe the dirt bikes or I mean that's been an idea we've had, and I
Yeah. Instead of
definitely
motorcycles, you see dirt bikes because it's all sand and dirt.
and I bet the mechanics wouldn't have to be that. I mean, they'd probably be a little bit more like a buggy, like more able to handle the bumps, but
Right.
maybe not have the same top speed.
Right.
I could see
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Um,
So yeah, if I would guess something like that. So yeah, I would guess potentially not for the current map because they've already kind of developed. I don't know.
so that's a good question. Is do you think that the current map has enough options for vehicles? Do you
Mm,
think there's enough spawns?
I I don't know. I mean, it's a very tricky balance because obviously you don't want to give everyone a vehicle because then everyone's just going to go to the center or wherever really fast.
Yeah,
But at the same time, it kind of does. It is kind of frustrating when you go to like a town or a city and there's no vehicles.
yeah,
Like, because then you're at a disadvantage compared to other people who do have vehicles. So,
yeah.
but sometimes some matches we do find a lot. Like you just follow the road and you see, okay, there's like a buggy here. There's a dirt bike or a motorcycle,
Hmm.
a UAZ. So,
Maybe we're just
but
bad, but
yeah, maybe. As far as variety though, like I could I could see wanting like one more because obviously like okay, we have the UAZ and the like the Dacia for
mhm,
four manned cars, and then
mhm,
motorcycle with an extra car for three.
mhm.
Um, and
Buggy,
then what the
buggy
boat?
for two.
Oh, and a buggy. So, you know, I think honestly, I think there's enough. I mean, what else? I was excited to
Yeah. What else would
jump
you
in this
do?
Volkswagen thing.
I mean, this I would like almost something like in my brain. I'm like I see the big either the tractors or like the big military vehicles, and I think, ooh, like I wish those could
Yeah,
drive. But then again, they would be super slow, and the UAZ is pretty indestructible if you get the one with. I don't know, but I think the one with the closed top does offer more protection than the one with the open top. I
okay,
don't know though. That's totally my
huh,
assumptions.
right.
Um, like me thinking I get killed in them less. Um, but that could just be because of visibility. Harambe 23455 says PUBG should have better graphics. Don't you guys agree? I don't, I don't mind the graphics. I think it makes a lot of sense for because you need to be able to see at people are making shots at a kilometer. Like
Right.
that's a really long distance. You need to be able to see clearly. So you don't like if we need to see that much clearly, the game's going to chug too hard. One thing that is annoying but makes a lot of sense is that there's not a big quality difference between cards. It's just frame rate. Like the game doesn't necessarily look any better if you have a 1080 Ti over a 1070 or a 1060. Um,
So is he asking, or does he think like the overall like the graphics on a 1080 Ti should be like ridiculous?
I believe so. I think he's saying that he wants it to look nicer.
Hmm. I mean, I mean, obviously, I'm not going to argue that we shouldn't have better graphics, but at the same time, like I think they're pretty good for what the game is. I mean, you have to
Yeah.
account for the fact that it's like 100 people servers. Like,
Yeah, and they want to have this be a competitive game. They want it,
right?
they want it to appeal to, and that's a huge genre of games right now. It's really what draws people, um, is having a ladder and trying to be better than other people.
Yeah,
Um, so I think just for the type of game that they are, they're just gonna work on optimizations for frame rate.
yeah. I think that's especially because like I get FPS drops. And I know it's not my computer, so I think
Mm,
that I'd rather have them work on that than improving. I mean, it's using the Unreal Engine, so
yeah.
for. But
Um,
okay, let's kind of move on here.
yeah.
Um, someone mentioned or someone was irritated that an FPP, so first person, the height of the camera was too low, which I didn't really notice. Did you notice this?
I haven't felt that, but
I haven't felt that either.
I would say I typically I know an issue, and this is something I had in CS:GO for a while. Is I do aim low typically in close quarter scenarios.
Mm,
I'm not aiming for headshots, which it helps you sometimes because if you just aim for the chest, then you're likely to hit a headshot if you're not controlling your weapon all that well.
right.
But it is typically better like higher end gameplay to aim for the head, get a headshot, and stay aimed at the head, like control your recoil. I know I aim low, but maybe that's a fault of the camera height. I don't know.
Mm, maybe. But regardless, he said that it can't. It's not just simply raising it or anything. It's part of the current character system. So, um, but he did say that major improvements were coming to FPP. So it'll be interesting to see what those are. Because obviously FPP is still in beta.
Yeah. Yep. Um.
Um, We got improved vehicle physics. Um, and then a notable one is character rank and level. So they're planning on adding some type of ranking system, and he wants to add more character progression or levels, like a system and weapon skill systems, which is interesting because I'm not sure what he means because he also adds the fact that this won't affect gameplay. So I don't know what he means like weapon skill system. Like I don't know.
Hmm.
So, but he said more info will be released when it's fully planned out. So that seems more like a down the road type of thing.
Yeah. And hadn't they said that they want to release by the end of the year, like full
Yep.
release?
Yep.
So
They're still on track to do that
yeah, I would think if anything, it's
after.
I would think that'd be after. But who
Yeah,
knows? I mean, it's still September. That's 3 months.
that's true.
Yeah.
So, but those are some of the highlights. Like you just mentioned, the pub release still on track for the end of this year. I still think they want to get it out for the holiday season.
Yeah.
So maybe no late November or somewhere around there. More optimization and anti cheat. They're still working on stuff like that. Um, and then so those are definitely um, some things that may happen that he talked about was a night map, which I've heard people want or talk about, and not so much. Obviously, it couldn't be like pitch black, but something more like dusk or just
Yeah. I could let
kind of
I could get with a dusk map for sure.
yeah. So and he says that a prototype has been made internally, and he says it's looking surprisingly good, but there's no ETA on when or if it'll be added to the game.
Yeah.
So and then we have
I just had a bug crawling on me. Sorry.
no, no, it's all right. Um,
Um. Okay. So night map you talked about.
yep.
IP bans potentially. Because I mean that's pretty crazy.
I hope not. I'm not a big fan of that
Yeah. Especially with their current banning policy. If you're gonna get banned for, I
for
get
something
you're not
silly.
supposed to work with each other, and I don't do it, but like that's so easy to misconstrue.
Yeah,
Like it's not a like I don't know. I think they would have to be a little bit stricter with themselves about banning people if they're going to use this as a punishment.
yeah. It
And
has to be more
maybe it's
legitimate.
just a tier of punishment too. If we look to other games like League of Legends, that's not their first option. They give you a 30-day ban or something like that. You know.
Yeah, it's true. I'm
Um.
still not a fan of permanent permabans, anyways. Like, I mean, I'm all for getting banned for a month or chat bans or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of permanently banned accounts because you can spend so much money, and obviously they have certain guidelines and rules that you have to follow, and I understand that, and people
Mhm.
are just ridiculous and toxic, but I don't know, just like permanently ban their chat or something. Like it would I don't know.
Yeah, it would suck to not be able to play the game.
I would mix yeah, I have mixed feelings about it. Like if I spend hundreds of dollars on this account and
Yeah.
all of a sudden it gets banned, like I spent that money and I can't even use this account anymore. Like I don't know. Obviously there's a blurring of the line of what is okay and not. Obviously they can do it because it's in their, agreement
Mm.
for players, but I don't like it.
Yeah. Pulverian mentioned in the chat that a night map could work with night scopes, with night vision scopes.
Hmm. That'd be interesting.
It would be interesting, maybe like,
I
but
think the only problem
then
though is that
everyone needs
like
to get night vision scopes.
yeah, because
Or
like if it's just a loot or like a random drop, like you're gonna have a couple people who have them who are just gonna wreck everyone else.
I could see potentially if it was a nighttime map, they had lights on the side of the road and lights in buildings.
That'd be pretty crazy.
It would be pretty crazy, but it would be doable. Like you could set I mean, you'd still have a map, so you could set markers. You'd know where to run.
Yeah,
You could see lights, so you'd know where to go. Um, it would be pretty crazy. It'd be the ultimate stealth map, but
yeah, it would. But
if
but then you have to be careful of if you're going to a building or lighted area because then you're out in the open.
yeah, but I mean that's the same as it is right now. We always when we're approaching a
Yeah,
town, we check doors. We. look for
Yeah, that's
movement.
true.
Plus, it makes you
I
more
mean,
vulnerable inside buildings
yeah.
because people can see inside them.
Right. Yeah, I'm definitely open for more variety in the day cycle or just weather.
Ethan said it would most likely be a crate drop. He thinks that's how
Uh,
powerful it would be.
yeah, it
I
would be
could
it
see
would
it
be
more like maybe not a crate drop, but like military base or hospital or school, like all at the.
I just feel like I don't know, it depends on how dark the map is, but I could definitely see seeing it be like really overpowered.
Mm,
But
yeah.
okay,
All
well we
right.
have a
Yeah.
couple other things.
Yeah. Let's keep going.
Yeah, because we're right over an hour currently.
Yep.
Um, the last thing that may happen is Blue Zone mechanics. They're starting to test changes to it, but they're just starting those, so we have no idea when it'll come out. But they do want to. I think that's referring to like how much damage it does and how maybe how fast or slow the blue wall comes in.
Okay. I could see that.
So,
Like
but
them maybe are you thinking like maybe speeding up the first wall or
I don't know, maybe speeding it up, but because I know the person who asked the question, they mentioned maybe changing the damage or something along those lines because of the fact that people camp the blue wall so much.
yeah.
Which I mean, I don't want it to be crazy, but I could see them doing just slight changes to it so people, I don't know. It is
Yeah.
it is hard though when you drop on the other side of the map and you have no way to get over there besides running and you just
Yeah.
can't run that fast.
So one thing, two things on that. One, the blue wall won me my first game, so I'm okay with the damage being that high, as high as it is. Like I don't think it needs to necessarily be higher. Um,
Well, I think it's more. I don't know. I could be wrong. It could be more the damage at the very beginning
the
of it.
first wall, yeah,
Yeah,
because you
because it
can,
really doesn't do
yeah, you
that
can run
much.
through it for minutes. Like,
Yeah.
um, but then also with the we were talking about vehicle spawns just quickly. You could have more vehicle spawns, just have them be all out of gas, and reduce gas can spawns.
Hmm.
You know, just so everybody could have a car if they find gas or if they go to a gas station or
Right.
something
I could
crazy
see.
like
I could
that.
see them leaving the like how high the chance of a gas spawn is or a
Mm,
gas tank. But I could see them, yeah, maybe having a car with like that's on E. That way, it's
yeah,
more okay. You have to go find some gas in a building nearby or something. So you
yeah.
can't just run, jump in and leave.
Go to the center. Yeah, immediately.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, that's definitely some balance changes that they would have to look into. But they did say they started testing changes to the blue wall, so we'll
yeah,
see down the line what those are.
yeah. Okay. So you want to get into unknown then? Just
Sure, yeah.
let's just go through, I guess, the last two sections quickly.
Yep.
Um, Potential bicycle mechanics would be similar to a motorcycle, so it's possible.
Just yeah, just slower.
I know people were asking about this because they saw a bicycle in some of the pictures for the um, desert map. So they're
Oh,
like,
okay.
"Ooh, bicycle!" Even though it was just art. So
Yeah.
then they're like, "Oh, I guess we could, yeah." Um, In-game vibrance saturation. We'll check with Bluehole's art director on integrating reshade-like options into the game. So this is something I've heard of. Is reshade is a thing that can get you banned in other games, but PUBG PlayerUnknown himself said reshade is totally fine to use in this game. It changes the vibrance options in your game. It like does this
Okay.
post-processing effect so that you're able to see more like things clear. I don't know. I have no
Hmm.
idea. Um, but maybe we'll be able to change those things in game for ourselves.
Hmm. It's interesting.
Um, being able to sit in non-functioning cars. We'll pass idea on to the team.
Yeah. I think he was kind of like he just really liked that idea, so he was like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'll pass that on.
That reminds me, eventually in like later parts of DayZ, you were able to fix broken cars. Like you could
Hmm.
pick up wrenches, you could find parts and fix a broken car. I think that'd be a little. They're not going to include that in this game,
No.
but you could even all the broken cars. You would want to check inside them because there'd be loot inside them, like
Hmm. That'd be pretty cool.
in their trunks. Like always, there was these two. Like you'd go to the police station, the police cars would be broken, but you'd open up the backs and you'd get a bunch of ammo.
Right.
And
It would
then
be cool, like especially like those big, like we were talking about the big military ones, like that aren't like blown up or whatever, but you can't drive them either. But it'd be cool just to maybe jump in, hide, or there'd be some loot in there,
And
make it
then
more functional.
yeah, yeah, it'd be useful because you see them all the time, and sometimes they bait you like, oh, there's a car here, and then you're like, oh no, it's not a
Yeah,
working car. So if there
right.
was some reward there for even coming, that'd be nice.
Yeah, yeah,
Then they mentioned gas grenade. They've thought of adding a gas grenade, but no info on if it'll be added. So like similar to the smoke grenade, but I think I saw the comment. The guy was like, hey, like, have you ever thought of integrating a gas grenade because it would make the gas masks actually
yeah,
useful.
yeah, exactly.
Which that could be pretty interesting, and it would
It would
clear
be
out
cool.
if you could get it into a house. It would clear out people, like if you could throw it
Hmm.
through a window.
Yeah, that'd be
Um,
pretty cool.
Pulverian said in the chat, there better be a freaking bell on that bike.
Instead of a horn,
Totally.
that would be
Um,
awesome. I'm
and
totally for a bike because like it would only be a little bit faster than like running, but like
yeah,
I'm all for it. I think that'd be cool.
yeah, I think it'd be fun. Um, Pulverine said also, and I need a pizza delivery moped so I could be Pizza Parker.
Ooh, ooh, yeah. Get a moped in there. That'd be.
I could see
There's a
that. I
vehicle.
could see that in the Adriatic theme map because they love Vespas over there.
Yeah,
So
and jet skis.
and jet skis, yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
definitely.
Incoming.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah, you want to take the not happening?
Yeah. Okay. So just quickly, things that are not happening. They're not going to get rid of red zones. The bombing zones. There's not going to be any more ammo types or calibers. Um, not weapons, but just no more ammo caliber types.
Hmm.
There's not going to be any. There's not going to be any type of mini objectives. I think that'd be kind of silly for a battle royale game mode. I mean, because you already have the crate drops. That's kind of
Yeah,
you could say it's a mini objective,
and
but
I know, like earlier in my PUBG like playtime, like I was like, man, I never get to a crate drop. But like last couple games, there's so many
so
crate
many.
drops. So
Yeah.
especially at the end, they just keep going and going and going.
Hmm.
Like more,
Cool,
and
because you can see where the final zone will be. It's because they always drop near at least the middle of the current zone.
yeah, like it's hard to hear towards the end because there's like I think in that one game we were playing where you got the crate, the
Yep.
M24, there were like three more planes after that. I couldn't hear
Yeah.
anything. Like
Yeah, there was a bunch. And then the last one is the recoil system. They're not going to add like recoil patterns to how weapons like how they recoil because the current system is random because I mean that's kind of realistic, but the system is designed to reward people with fast reaction time. So it's not about learning how a weapon recoils, but it's how fast someone is
it's
to
getting the first shots.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So which makes sense.
I mean, and there is a general recoil path. Like it's not a pattern, but I with certain weapons it generally goes up and to the right. Like if you just take your time with it, you can get a general path to pull in. Like it's not going to be the same as CS:GO by no means, but
Right.
generally you could get a feel for it.
Yeah. So, but this is just a highlight or a summary of everything that he talked about. So, some pretty interesting stuff that's coming. It's the future of this game, like we've been saying, is very bright, and I love games when they keep adding stuff. Like I love patch notes.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
so yeah, that's probably about it for this week, guys. Not too much discussion, more so just news. Next week we'll probably have a much larger show.
Yeah, with Battlefront 2 news.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
because EA Star Wars has said they've talked about on their social media that there's going to be a big info drop that's coming this week, so we'll have a bunch to talk about.
Okay.
So, but real quick, we can close the show and we can do the trivia from the past game, rather than past game, the past episode. I went to Twitter, and this is gonna be a new thing we're doing. We're gonna do a poll or a trivia question every week. So last week I asked the question, "What's your favorite part about playing PUBG?" And the options were survival, squads, gunplay, or turkey dinners. And do you want to guess which one won?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm looking at the doc.
Okay. Well, fine. Turkey dinner's one.
Yeah, yeah.
So actually, we got 95 votes, which is actually like I was pretty surprised.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if you put down the percentage for turkey dinner, but if I add up the other ones, I
Okay,
can.
no, it was 33% as well, but Twitter told me that one won. So I
Oh,
don't know if
okay.
maybe there was like one more person.
No, okay.
So
Yeah.
survival was the runner up, which was probably very similar. So people like winning, they like surviving.
Yeah. Yep.
So
Um. Yeah. I like survival probably even more than I mean because I hadn't had a lot of chicken dinner, so
yeah, right.
I just like sneaking around.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
and and that is some of the funniest stuff you'll see is when people don't notice people.
Yeah, yeah,
It's very
exactly.
fun.
Yep. So I realized later I should have changed gunplay to just like looting. Maybe that one would have gotten
Oh,
more,
yeah, that could
but
have.
it was an afterthought.
Yeah.
Um, but I want to thank all to who voted.
Yeah.
So whoever's listening, if you want to jump to our Twitter at Respawn Mondays, you can answer the next poll. So the question for this coming week is, what game are you most interested in? And this is I kind of want to know. We kind of want to know more. What game we talk about interests you the most? We kind of want to evenly spread what we talk about. We don't want to cover one game too much, but we also kind of have to go whatever has the most news.
Yeah, with the news and
So
updates and everything. Yeah.
yeah. So, but there's gonna be 4 options. So go over to our Twitter, and you'll be able to vote for which game you are most interested in.
Yep. All right.
So, do I just want to do the Twitters?
Yeah. You want to go first or me?
Sure. Okay. You can find me personally at NikkiGirl7, girl spelled GURL. You can find the show obviously at Respawn Mondays. And Elias, take it away.
You can follow me at Twitter at Tolmaeth, TOLMAEITH. And it's the same at YouTube and Twitch.
Yep. And then this show, Respawn Mondays, is also on Twitch and YouTube. All Respawn Mondays, all the same name. And that's about it.
Yep, you can watch us live at 8 p.m. on Mondays Eastern.
Yep.
And you can catch our archives on YouTube and any of your favorite podcast apps. We're available in all.
Yep.
All of them.
Yep. So we appreciate our listeners just as much as our watchers. And then also we did for our listeners, we did just get a Patreon, which should be up soon. So I'll put that in the show notes. If you want to support us, you can. That's totally up to you. We want to put that out there as an option. And obviously, if you follow us on Twitch, that helps as well. Along with throwing us a review and feedback on iTunes.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, we got to work on that.
That's the good one right there. That's the one, like we said last time, the one that we hear is very helpful.
Yeah. Yep.
So, all right, guys. I've been Nick Berry.
I'm Elias Christensen.
And thanks for respawning with us.
We'll catch you next week.
Whew. All right.
I was playing.
Okay. I don't think my...
Yeah.
Wait, so I'm talking over it? Oh. I was going to say when I record it doesn't capture it.
Yeah, well, actually, if you're going to post it, which actually, I messed up when I unclicked
Oh, no. Oh, nice. So, you guys can talk loud now. Sorry. Hi. Because obviously OBS records in MP4, and I have to transfer it over to MP3 later, which I figured out how to do. But it was like a gig and a half.
Oh yeah, it's recording a video.
Yeah. For what?
Oh, okay. So 2 questions. Did you are you going to be able to use Handbrake, or what program are you going to use to do that?
I'm using Audacity.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
That's
And
one I did for mine. I got familiar with